Hi all, I am trying to film my weekly show, and this is my cat Danny, who doesn't think that he's interfering at all. I don't know if any of you have a cat like that wants to be in the middle of whatever you're doing, but I have a lot to do today, so I'm going to have to go ahead and intro this. I have been very excited for a long time to show you this upcoming clip from my trip to Appleton Alliance Church, which is pretty close to me, for their Tuesday night AWANA group, basically focusing on safety and security, very important, and also the organization aspect of it. The organization is so great. I hope you get a lot of tips and ideas, and let me know what you think. This one is so worth watching. There's so much information packed into this. This is a night with 800 and some kids, 280 leaders, and how they do AWANA on a massive scale. So I hope no matter what size your church is, that you will get a lot of good ideas for this. All right, let me know what you think. Check it out below. And say hi, Danny. Can you say hi, Danny? No, probably not. Okay, here we go.
They have his name tags.
So
These are all pre-registered cut sparks.
Oh wow! So they just come in and they're already.
There's no electronic check-ins, and you just take it and go, so you don't have to have the panic.
Oh my goodness!
Is it going to work or not? You're going to notice kids are all coded to be either stars or diamonds. This depends on if they go to game time first or second, or do handbook first.
Okay.
And this is second. The green represents the AWANA square that they're gonna. When they stand for AWANA, this is their team color. Will be green.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of, and then they're in handbook room 1. So it's handbook room 1, game time second, and they'll stand on the green line. So every kid is coded. They're in the same situation every week.
Again, phenomenal organization. They don't
And
even.
really what they're doing is they're coming in, taking their name tag, putting their books in these tubs. These tubs get transported to their classroom, so we don't lose books this way because our books are all coordinated here.
That is brilliant, because that's been a problem we've had, is a lot of lost books.
Yep.
Almost every week, lost books.
Right, and the system will be the same. For first grade, second grade is over here.
Oh, it says Hangar 36.
Right.
That's
They're going to come
sweet.
in here. This is where kindergartners will have their opening for Sparks.
Okay.
They'll do their opening, and half the kids will be doing game time in here too after that.
Oh wow.
When leaders arrive early, you're going to notice a lot of kids for Sparks will come here, and it's kind of like the holding tank of leaders' kids.
Oh, wow.
They'll watch a video, and then we'll get them to the right location so that when the average kid comes in, everybody's in their right spot.
Okay, so a lot of the leaders' kids go here first.
To start off, because leaders are
Okay.
expected to be in place at least by 10 after or a quarter after, and then we'll release all the other kids in at 20 after.
Okay.
So in
now,
order to get our leaders in the right spot, we have to have a place for some of their kids.
that is brilliant, because that's a problem that we've run into.
Right.
When we don't open the doors to the general public till a quarter till or a half hour till, what happens with all the leaders' kids?
Right. This is one of the spots you'll see leaders, kids holding, the holding tank of leaders.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. It's brilliant. Lots
This is
of,
again the first graders. They'll take their name tags right here,
okay.
and they're going to put their books over here. And most of the parents at this point leave. You won't see parents really past this point.
Past this point, you won't see parents past this point.
And then you have our second graders who'll be taking their name tags right here. Again, all the books will go in the right buckets to keep all our books organized. So they make sure we get all our books back with the right kids.
Wonderful.
At this point, the kids will be checking in on iPads, so we know they're here.
Okay, so they're checking in on iPads.
And then they'll go into their worship set, which you'll see when we actually have kids.
Again, great organization. So they're not losing books, leaders aren't losing lanyards. It's a great little cafe.
Yeah, these are all our learning stations for our Sunday morning program. The unique stations connect with that.
I hope you guys can see this, but there is a twisty slide all the way down.
Everything we have in our building is purposeful, and the slide, the only purpose of the slide is, as it's even stated, we want to see kids smile.
Oh,
Other than that, our Kids Cafe, all our learning stations all connect with the actual curriculum, which is all very classical on Sunday mornings.
Okay.
You have sand, water, Legos, just some of the basic stuff. And what you do with AWANA nights, it's very trendy based.
Okay.
So different purposes. Sunday and Tuesday have different purposes.
And the last time I was here, that was like a missions treehouse up there?
The missions, we will always do a quarterly mission lesson up there. So our kids will focus on different things each quarter.
Oh, I love it.
Starting this week, they're going to be focusing on France. So we're going to be translating the DL Global curriculum into French, heading into France and Africa in the very near future.
That's fantastic.
And that's why we have the Eiffel Tower over there.
I see that. I don't know if you guys can see this Eiffel Tower. This is amazing.
That's part of the mission lesson. Now, side note to this whole thing, the two guys walking towards us are part of the security team.
Okay.
What they just are doing right now is they're walking through the building, making sure lights are on. They're making sure he's checking doors. He's always going to push on the door here. Our doors are alarmed, and so kids, if they run out, the alarms would actually go off.
Okay, so the alarms will go off if the kids run out. Hi! They're checking the doors.
Through the building ahead of time.
Ahead of time. I love it. That's a fantastic.
And these security guys, those are all volunteers.
Oh, wow. Volunteer security, keeping the kids safe. Oh, during midweek AWANA, this is just fantastic, you guys.
But back to our Paris, what we're going to do in the curriculum is we're teaching them the history of why France really is not an evangelical country. And then our kids are going to be writing prayers, and they're going to be actually attaching them to the Eiffel Tower.
Oh.
So it looks like our kids are praying over
France.
France.
That's fantastic.
So if you came back 3 months from now, it should be covered with kids' prayers.
Oh, that just touches my heart. Oh my goodness. That touches my heart. So it will be covered with the prayers of children for France.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I love it.
This is our Sunday morning. This is our Play-Doh station.
Okay.
Again, one of our hands-on learning stations. Again, food, Play-Doh, chalk, boxes, sand pit. We'll see that all as we keep walking through.
That's fantastic.
But on AWANA nights, we do not use these stations. These are definitely learning stations for Sunday.
Wow. There's a tree house above me. That's what the slide comes down from. That's where they do missions, is up in the tree house, the missions classes.
And this stage here, that's the stage for first and second graders on Tuesday nights. So we'll walk past her later on with the kids.
Wonderful. First and second grade large group.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
You'll see that right here we have one of our AWANA squares. Through our building, we have 7 AWANA squares that will be running through the night.
7 AWANA squares going.
And each one will be used 2 times, 2 shifts.
Oh, wow.
This is our scorekeeping board for Sparks. So if if the team wins, they actually end up with balls in the baskets.
Wow.
Rather than counting points. And that way the kids can visually see if they're winning or losing.
This is great. People could make this.
Well, that's what we did. And then you can also take out the balls if you have behavioral issues or whatnot. You can say, well, this team just lost 2 points.
Oh.
And it's a lot more visual for this age group.
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm. And I have a feeling that star is designed for the winning team would get the star put on their color.
Oh, that is so amazing. That is something that a church could make and use
Easily make.
Next week.
Right. And actually, if you go to awana.org/Appleton, you will see a lot of these or special videos that they made with a lot of these little ideas in it.
You'll see the link right down below. You can click on that and it'll take you right there, get more information.
Right. The numbers on the wall are basically the handbook groups. So if you just did game time and in your handbook group 12, 11, 10, 9, afterwards you'd stand up right by those numbers and you will then be taken to your handbook room. So when you see numbers on the wall, that's just part of our transition between flip-flopping kids between handbook time and game time.
Oh, that's fantastic. I know what I'm seeing and hearing here is organization. Mm-hmm. Because I think that's the number one question I get is, how on earth can you manage having that many kids? There's no way. What I'm hearing is organize, organize, organize.
And that goes back to your safety issue, because if you're not organized, that's when things start to break down. You notice all the classrooms have windows here?
Yes.
And you can see how you're never alone. We don't have spots where kids can be alone.
Yes, it's one big open space out here.
Right.
And the classrooms all have windows. That's fantastic. And then, of course, it's locked down behind us, and there are security.
Right. And when you start seeing the leaders here, you'll see how it all connects together.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Right. And you'll just see how these hallways transform through the night, too. You can see how even to our signs on Sunday morning, like this is a 4th grade classroom, but on AWANA nights, it's a Sparky room 5.
Oh,
so
okay.
Discoveryland, again, because we want Sunday morning to link with AWANA, we are very prone to put these things together rather than switching signs for AWANA and all that kind of stuff. It's like, how do we share our space so we're one team?
That's great. I like how they both complement each other
They do.
instead of competing.
Fighting for each other.
Yes.
And also that helps parents, you know.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, you can see the signs are already up for pickup. And you'll see, you know what, later on when there's more people here, you're going to see how all this stuff works together.
Oh, that's great.
But for Sunday mornings, what we have is a box station,
Okay.
chalk wall area. We'll teach, we usually teach through hands-on learning. So if we want to introduce a lesson, if we're stacking boxes, we can actually stack boxes to our ceiling.
Oh,
the top
wow.
box might have God is number 1, and underneath it, it might have like trophies, money, different things, but the kids have to stack it in order, but always keep God is number 1 box on the top.
Oh, wow.
So when they tip over, everybody's yelling, God is number 1, God is number 1, and trying to get the other boxes to line up underneath.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So there's boxes. We have, again, the giant chalk wall that, you know, if you're talking about creation, you might see all the kids doing a mural of creation
Oh,
on
wow.
here. Every week the kids at different grades are at different stations. So there's never a time kids can say, well, I know what we're going to do today or anything like that. It's always
Different.
something fresh and something different.
Oh.
And a lot of times people get hooked up in our building. This is a great building, but the reality is they're doing the same exact curriculum in Venezuela right now
Oh,
on
wow.
the rooftops of Peru. You don't need a building like this at all to do it.
To
The
do
thing is, you
effective
just need
ministry.
creativity. And before the building was built, we had the average Church of America, and we used hallways. We've been just blessed, and that's why we have this building.
Creativity is king. Remember, creativity, no matter where you are in the world or what budget you have, it's what God can do through you with what you have, not what you don't have.
Right.
So creativity
and remember,
is
too,
king.
We often learn more from our Latin America Discovery Lands. They are even more creative than we are. And we're happy that when we do a global curriculum, everybody's doing the same lesson every single week. So I can tap over to Kosovo or to Colombia, Venezuela, and everybody on Facebook is doing the same lesson, so we can learn and get creative ideas off of each other every single week, which is super fun and really
Phenomenal.
cool to watch.
That's phenomenal.
We have a sand pit. Our sand pit is 3 feet deep. It was put in the sand was filled before the building was completed.
So lots of windows,
Yep.
lots of windows. Guys, they have a sand pit, and it is 3 feet deep.
And it's definitely a learning tool. We don't, you know, tonight you won't see people playing it. It's a teaching tool. If we were talking to preschool kids and talking about where can I tell my friends about Jesus, we'll actually create little businesses in the sand, and the kids will create roads and drive cars to drop off Bibles to different locations.
Oh, wow.
If we're talking about perseverance for our older kids, they might have you racing to the bottom of this thing and talking about how with when we serve for Christ, we need to persevere through the good times, the bad times, stay strong. So lots of examples with the sand pit. But every week, some grade is in here doing an activity.
That's fantastic. So it gets used every week.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Again, we have 3 services, so it's used. Some of our services even use it double time. We have a Lego station.
Oh,
Again, the
wow.
curriculum basis, we'll have a Lego activity for one of the classrooms. The whole curriculum is family-based curriculum. So either if whatever you're doing between the sand, the cafe, the boxes, or whatever, all lead to the same do-right point.
Awesome. So you've got these ships that are Lego stations, and everything reinforces the lesson and the learning that is going on.
And then what you'll have is, this is another AWANA square is right here. And we have our water station over here, which again is used on Sunday morning, but not on AWANA night. Because we want to make AWANA and Sunday different, but complement each other. That's the main thing. Obviously, not every church has a water area feature in their church, but a lot of churches use baby pools. We're just blessed. We're just happy to have
Yes, I do love their water feature. Like she said, they don't use it at AWANA, but they use it on the weekends. So they have this amazing water feature in their children's ministry area. You see it coming down? This is amazing. They have this water feature in their children's ministries area.
So if we were talking about the power of God, you may see kids on the edge of this thing trying to divide water and put army men down in there, and they'll work very hard to accomplish that task, and they will never be able to do it because only God can divide water.
Oh, that's
So
fantastic.
You have different things going on that we actually use water. So this isn't just a pretty feature here. This is definitely a learning tool, a classical learning tool that kids of the past, present, and future will always use. And so it's chlorinated water.
That's amazing. That's so fantastic.
Our floors are water park floors, so it can handle water, sand, animals, dirt, anything we want. It's very strong. It's very strong.
Water park flooring. That is so smart.
Right. For AWANA, you can see our game equipment's in that black tub. That way it just kind of rolls to the right locations.
Rolls right out. I love it.
We have the numbers back on here to transport.
Number
so
system.
Kids can line up again. The number system is smart.
A lot of what I'm seeing, you guys, is not. You could do a lot of this organization. You could make some of these reward walls like that over there, and a wheeling tub for your AWANA equipment. That's not something you need a massive budget for.
You can see our bathrooms. Again, this is another safety feature.
Yes.
They do have. Can you walk in the bathroom later? They have motion sensor lights in the bathrooms.
Okay.
So they come on as those kids just walk on. Lights went on, and there's no actual door on those bathrooms either. So the kids are in and around. We can hear everything that happens in those rooms.
Okay.
You can see how the cubbies need to stamp their hand. We expect all our kids to go to the bathroom before they come to, before they actually get checked in to cubbies.
Okay.
That will eliminate a lot of the bathroom issues.
Yes.
So that's what happens with our bathrooms too. We have the hand washing stations outside of it. So our goal, either you can wash your hands inside, but like if you're playing in sand, you don't want all the kids running to the bathroom.
Yes.
So that was brought out outside.
That's so smart.
Yep.
You got the water fountains and the hand washing out here. No doors on those bathrooms, and motion sensor lights that will come on. And because it echoes, we can hear everything out here that goes on in there. And it's kids only. I see the sign. Again, this is fantastic safety feature.
For Sunday, we have resources for our Discover stations. That's all listed in here. These are all simple things that you gain through time that you just use over and over and over again, which then that helps keep your budget low.
Yes.
For running 800, 900 kids through on a Sunday morning, it really saves on your budget when you use things over and over again. And that's what this closet's designed for.
And I see several wheeling cans.
And
So
those are pit balls, or balls are in the wheeling cans.
Oh,
and if you take the
nice.
corner there, you can see.
ball pits. I don't know about you guys, but I've never had a storage area this nice, neat, and organized. Maybe once, and then we had VBS and it was a disaster area. But not the VBS, just the storage area. This is great. Look at the organization in here. This is meant to inspire you to higher levels of organization. Notice she's got a lot of things in here that can just grab and go. She's got a lot of grab and go. You can easily see what you have, so you're not overbuying or rebuying the same things over and over. The organization is great. You could grab things last minute very easily.
This is our preschool station. our preschool worship stage on Sunday mornings. So the kids actually are assigned a colored room for their whole career of preschool.
Oh, wow.
Basically, and they'll sit on the correct colored lines here. So they have a tag that says their color, their floor lines that match the color, and their classrooms match that same color too.
Okay, so their color stays the same to help them navigate.
This is a resource center designed for our teachers.
Okay.
So if you come in here, actually during an AWANA night, we will come back in here, and these are leaders who do not necessarily want to work with kids, but they actually have, you can already see the different projects are all lined up for them to complete.
Oh, wow.
And these will help us jumpstart Sunday morning. So you have laminating projects, cutting projects, somebody's already put the popcorn and some drinks out for them, some painting things. So their projects are all set out to go for what they're going to do tonight.
So you have popcorn and drinks for them, and the organization, again, is amazing. They just come in and go.
Yeah, cut out and punch here, and their supplies are all there to do what they need to do.
Wow.
And if you are looking for something in this room too, basically you can just look up on this chart. There you have the A cabinets, B cabinets, C cabinets. If you are looking for stopwatch or straws, it's an actually cabinet C5, so you go to C cabinet 5, and there should be straws right in there.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing. So that your workers aren't having to go through every single cabinet wondering if they have something or where. Wow, the level of organization here is amazing. Some of you have asked how to do it with this many. You have to be organized. You have to think ahead. And I like that they're making it as easy as possible for people to serve. As easy as possible for people to come in and serve. They're not having to find everything all by themselves. They're not having to figure out what in the world they're supposed to do. They're thinking ahead. If you want to retain leaders, you have to treat them right.
This is the second food station that we have.
Wow.
So again, if on a Sunday morning we're teaching about the power of the Holy Spirit, you may have blenders up on the countertops there because we have power on the other side, and the kids would be getting smoothie ingredients to put in, and then their blenders won't work, and then we'll talk about how if you plug it in, that's when you get the power, and then in the classroom we'll talk about being plugged in. And that's when you get saved, you get the power of the Holy Spirit.
Power of the Holy Spirit. That's incredible.
So again, every station, at different grades at every different station, and every week at different grades at a different station. The whole curriculum is family-based, so everybody's talking about the same thing. So if we're talking about the power of the Holy Spirit by the food station, we're also talking about it by the sand station.
Oh, that's amazing. So every station
Would focus on the same
is
point.
focusing on the same point. That's fantastic.
Okay, so what you're looking at here is a basic cubby room. The kids, again, after their hands are stamped that they went to the bathroom, they'll get a wristband, the orange wristband, and then they can come in here and start their pre-activity. These are preschool rooms. None of them have toys in it. We have no toy time. It's all total time teaching all the time. And here's Mick, one of our outstanding volunteers, already early, waiting for his classmates.
Oh,
Yeah, it should be exciting.
Yeah. So the same table leader
No
will be
toys.
at the same table every single night. So the kids have a tight relationship with their leader. You can see how there's a schedule already on the board. The verse of the
wow.
week is on there. The timeline, the specific verses and stuff, that's all based off our normal curriculum. You'll notice 5 steps to learning over there, that poster.
oh wow.
That means what we want to make sure is that all our classrooms have the same expectations for kids' behaviors on how to sit, how to raise hands, how to walk in straight lines, because we want to teach that both on an AWANA night and on Sunday morning. So if Sunday morning is sloppy on it, AWANA is going to feel the side effects of it.
Oh, wow.
So that's why we have to make sure Sunday and AWANA use the same standards of behavior.
That's fantastic. So again, it's not one for Sunday and one for midweek.
Right. You also
It's the
notice
same.
here on the wall, we do have emergency information here on specific issues if they need to figure something out. You have the phone. You can always call our front desk here. If we had to evacuate the building and leave at nighttime, they have a rope to hold on to with the orange room colors. You can take that and take them out to their location.
Okay, awesome. And again, some of this is things that churches can do. Our church did something like this, and we modeled it after the public school system that was in our town, and it didn't cost us that much to do. but it made our teachers feel a whole lot better because when you're in an emergency situation, that's not the time to be Googling phone numbers.
This is more of the preschool cubby area.
Okay.
Cubbies has 8 rooms of cubbies tonight with an average of 20 kids per classroom.
All right. Wow.
So these are all leaders and leaders' kids coming in right now.
All right. Oh, so they're coming in to get set up for the night. That's exciting.
And notice how they're coming in. It's only, we start at 6:30. Right now it's only a couple minutes after 6. So they're here almost a half an hour early.
That's fantastic. And your leaders do prayer beforehand.
Our staff.
Your staff does. That's awesome. This is amazing. This is exciting. I can't wait. All right, guys, I'm gonna be on here in just a couple minutes to show you how this works in action. Okay, you ready? Go. Guys, this is incredible. I'm still at Appleton Alliance. This is Discoveryland Kids Love Jesus. This is a magnet wall. Yes, you heard me. This is a magnet wall they've just had installed. And this magnet wall, they spell out scripture verses on here. All of those letters that are on there currently are detachable. It's amazing. Here, she showed me a minute ago. See, it's a magnet wall. Look at that. They can put scripture verses up here. Again, just another great manipulative, a teaching tool. It's a fantastic teaching tool. Look at this, a whole room that's magnet walls.
It's a hallway that got turned into a magnet wall.
It's a hall that's magnet walls. That's so cool. This is the kids just starting to arrive. This is just the first group of kids just starting to arrive and checking in. This is just the first of 800 kids coming to check in. Again, fantastic organization. They check in so streamlined, get their handbooks, color teams. Their color teams can change, but their handbook color does not.
Right, and the nice part is coming into this. These are called express lanes. So our goal is to meet with each kid individually one-on-one and have spiritual conversations with them.
Yes.
So to have better conversations, it's nice if our kids say their verses in advance.
Oh.
And so that when we actually meet with them, we can talk to them about the verse and not just recite the verse. So if you come in here.
Nice. So having spiritual conversations, talking with them, the express lane, they get to do their verses early. That's
so what
good.
happens is in here, there we have leaders already in here where it's quiet.
Yes.
And these leaders can listen to them say verses in advance. So this helps get our leaders here too. We have plenty of leaders in here.
Oh, yes. So these leaders are preparing to hear verses.
Right before the club begins.
Before the club begins. I love seeing such
double points if they say their verses ahead of time.
Oh, double points. And such a wide age range in there too, which is great. Okay, security has cleared that the leaders' kids are all in place and they've just opened the doors. These are the first people showing up for Wednesday night AWANA. Just in communication with security. They are locking it down. This is great.
We leave that 5-minute buffer.
Very smart. This is 4 AWANA game squares going at the same time. 4 AWANA game squares with one guy coaching all 4 squares. This is amazing. There he is in the striped shirt over there.
Look at we got the leaders. I gotta watch these guys over here.
That's fun. It's really great. Yes.
Group session here.
Both of them? The kids are coming in and instantly sitting down there engaged with a review game.
Yes.
This is the same thing we do on Sundays, so we keep it consistent so the kids are wondering what's happening. Keep the same system on Sunday as on Tuesday.
That's fantastic.
And they're reviewing. This is total time teaching. There's nobody just goofing off it.
I love it. For every moment is being used.
Right. And they're reviewing key things. They're reviewing verses that they've done in the past.
Raise that right, boys!
Boys versus girls. You also notice some of our youth leaders. Joy is in the back, she's the adult, but she actually coaches our youth leaders to lead. So you have Cora, who actually has a microphone in her hand. She is coaching her to ask the questions.
Oh, wow.
So we're actually creating perpetual leadership. And all these youth used to be Discoveryland kids, AWANA kids,
and now they're being coached into being
the
leaders.
retention rate of youth leaders into our program is off the charts because our kids love Discoveryland. They love what they do. And that's what retains our youth leaders. Our cream of the crop youth leaders come back to lead.
Wow, so your retention rate is really high for youth leaders.
They don't like to leave the kids area.
That's fantastic.
And we instantly have a spot for them to serve.
Is youth group on a different night?
Yeah, youth group is on Wednesday night.
I love it.
He's thankful, but he's not giving you
No competition with youth group. That's fantastic. And training up leaders to lead. I love it.
What the first estimate?
Well, wasn't that amazing? I hope you stayed for the whole thing, and I hope you were as inspired as I was. The security protocols are fantastic. The organization is unbelievable. They don't have a lot of lost books for AWANA. They don't have a lot of security breaches, and when you have 880 kids, you have to have your systems in place. And basically our conclusion was for safety, for things to run smoothly, you have to have those systems in place. And I think a lot of churches don't grow past a certain point because they can't get those systems in place, or they don't want to hurt people's feelings by getting the right systems in place. But when it comes to kids ministry, we have to keep our kids safe. Thank you so much to my friend Holly Beam, who gave me this idea for today. And thank you so much to the entire team there at that AWANA in Appleton Alliance. Thank you so much. My good friend Kris, who let me do this. She was one of my mentors for my master's degree. Thank you, Kris. I owe you again. So I hope this gives you some great ideas. If you would like to ask some questions of this, I'm putting the link below for AWANA at Appleton Alliance. Usually Kris is great about answering questions, or one of her staff. So thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.